Welcome back to All the Crackers in the Box. Hi, it's me, your friend Corey again. Hanging out, trying to figure out knitting. Oh my gosh. Tragic backstory. Tragic. Restarted it again. Okay, so when I was doing my video for my ring comparisons, I started noticing some loose bits. As I was looking closer after the video was over, I realized it was all throughout the whole piece. It was everywhere. There was so much. So many of the stitches were so loose and they were not staying as it was getting longer. They were getting looser and looser, and they are not going to last. It's not worth my time, so I had to take it apart. There was no way to tighten them up or anything. So that's my tragic backstory today. So I'm going to wear my ring. Today we're going to use the plastic one. And I'm going to try to keep my sanity about this knitting project because, oh my gosh, could this be any more complicated? Okay, so placing that on my finger because, like I said, I am absolutely heartbroken that I have to do it this way because it is, I don't know if it's the yarn or maybe the needles, but it is not, it was loosening. So many stitches were just not staying. I don't know if they're not staying or if they were never tightened enough. So I'm thinking, like, I'm getting my tension right, I'm doing everything right, and it turns out I am not. And that is so disappointing. But it also could be maybe this yarn is just not wanting to stay knit. Maybe it doesn't like being knit. I don't know. It looks like it should. And there we go with that. Let's go back like quite a bit there. Now, let's start this row again. Maybe I wore the wrong shirt for knitting. Oh, I did it again. Okay. Keep this together. I want this to stay nice and beautiful. So I'm wrapping it around my fingers as well as pulling it through fairly tightly. So hopefully this bit is what I need to do to keep the tension I need with this yarn, because it is a very soft yarn. It is very cushy, and I think that might be a factor here. Let's pull this up a little. Maybe when I'm getting there, it's just stretching too far. Maybe that's it. I don't know. And I'm seeing, like, I'm not sure if that's doing it. So, it's a trial by error. If I am not able to do it, maybe I have to go down needle size. If that's the case, I'll try that. Or would it be the opposite? Would I be going up? But I assume that would make the stitch bigger. Because I want this to look really nice and really I'm leaning towards I may have to go down a size for the knitting needles. This might be just way too big. And it shouldn't be, but it could be for this particular stitch and what I'm trying to make here. That could very well be. I'm not liking it on that finger. We're going to move you to there. There, that's a little, feels a little more comfortable. Let's hope I know what I'm doing here. I don't know. I'm really glad I've given myself a lot of time for this particular project. Because I think this is one of those ones I'm going to struggle with for a bit until I find my stride and what works and what doesn't work. It's going to be a lot of trial by error from the look of things. I'm doing my stitches properly. But like I said, I don't feel like it's really working with this yarn. And I think it is maybe the knitting needles. I'll have to give it a row or two to see if I'm finding any loose ones. And I'm going to have to really look carefully before I go too far. Because that one's looking a little looser. That whole row, this section is looking fairly loose. And I can't really tell. Because like that right there. That's loose. And that happens so much with this yarn. I'm not quite sure why that has to be that loose because I pulled it. Pulled the tightness. And it's the one below it. And that one too. I'm thinking like if I could see this ripple, like this one here, I think that one is making my next row, giving me my loose stitch here and there. So I may have to readjust this quite a bit. I may have to go down a size. I'm going to give it 2 more rows before I decide completely, but I'm really leaning towards, because I'm getting a lot of these, and I've been getting a lot of them throughout the project, especially when I go to the purl side. And I mean, I'm tightening it. Oh, goodness, it popped right open. Because I'm pulling it on both sides. But the purl side seems to just not want to be as tight as the knit side. The only other option I really have is maybe I'll just do knit all the way through. Which just knit it. I don't know about this. I really don't think I have the right size needles. That's what I'm leaning towards. Right? I know, really boring. This is a super exciting conversation to be listening to me mutter to myself about my failures as a knitter. Oh, that's just terrible. That one right there is just, yeah. I'm probably just going to have to give this one up for now and look for smaller needles. I have them. They're just in my mom's room. I'm not going in there while she's sleeping. Pretty sure she would not really like it if I just walked in and started turning on the light and going through her knitting needles behind the door. I'll do that tomorrow. And I'm not too crazy about how this is working out. So I'm going to do like a couple rows here of knit just to see if that fixes the issue. I know it's not going to look exactly the same. But might be what I have to do to make this work. Oh, that's just so terrible. But I can already see like at least 2 of these stitches is not going to, you can see them. You can see them bunching there where you got some that are down here that are really nice. And then you get these ones that are up in here. And those are the ones that are giving me this loose stitch. When you get past them, they are obviously wider and more open than the other stitches around it. So we're just going to go another row of knit. And see what I end up with, because maybe I'll just have to do it that way, or I'm just going to, like I said, about 45 times now, I'm really going to probably have to get a different needle size. More trial and error, right? I know everybody says it's good to do it, but I feel like I do a lot of failing. And I'm not even sure if it's just I'm failing more than others, or just, just regular. Because a lot of people don't really post that kind of thing about how much they're failing, so that is fine. My ring's not working for me right now. I'm just not feeling like this is going to be a finished product this way, so I may just have to frog this whole thing again. I'm going to try with a smaller set of needles because these are not working for me, and if not, I'm just going to have to tell him I can't do it. I might not be able to do it. I'll be honest. I might not be able to actually knit this. Yeah, I don't like that already. Just keep on going, right? Until I figure out what I want to do with this. This is really, really tougher than I thought it would be. I was all excited about it. Now I'm just kind of like, 5th time I'm taking it apart. Sheesh. Why am I bothering? Getting a little discouraged, but that'll be fine. I will have a good sleep, and I will feel ready to tackle it probably tomorrow. Or I'll just leave it setting for a couple days and come back to it. I've done that before too. because I am working on other projects that are working out lovely. So I might just rebuild my confidence. My bag, I still haven't taken apart my straps because I am just not excited about redoing that. So that's nice. I do need to start the straps for the other one. So those are projects that are coming up really quickly soon. I mean, there's no shortage of things that I want to get done, right? No shortage at all. And I'm getting through the yarn that I have behind me quite quickly, which is pretty awesome. It's not sitting for too long, which is good. I can think of a couple creators that they have some yarn sitting right behind them every time I see them, and I'm just like, make something out of it. I want to see it. I don't have that yarn, and I want to see it worked up. It's so pretty looking over there. Just make something out of it. No pressure. No pressure. And no, I'm not judging. It's just, I mean that in the best way possible, which is just, I love your stash, and I want to see it made into something pretty. Okay. Well, from what I'm seeing, it's still sort of doing it. See, that one I tightened. I know I tightened all of them. And that one's just getting poofy. So I think it's going to be my needle size. I'm going to have to look at something smaller and tighter. Maybe go down 2 sizes. Maybe 3mm might work. Oh, me and my obsessions with 3 and 3.5s, right? It seems to be my go-to every time I go down a size, or 2 or 5. Like the one for my mother there was supposed to be done in a 6, and I tried it in a 6, and I was not getting the shape, so I went right down to 3.5, and it's shaping the way I wanted it to. It's looking sweet and delicate, so that's making it take longer, because of course it's quite a bit more. Anyway, so I will get back to you on whether or not a smaller needle size worked, but I'm leaning towards it because look, here, right here is what I'm talking about, where it's just, it's too big. It's just not working for me. So this is a 5, and she says 5mm. Or sorry, yeah, a 5 or a 3.75. So this is a 5. Is that a 3.75? Did I look at it wrong? I probably looked at it wrong. I probably have the wrong size completely right from the get-go, which is just making me want to scratch. So we're just going to put that aside and say thank you for joining me here at All the Crackers in Box, and thanks for watching me struggle to try to figure out why I can't knit today. I'll see you again very soon. Bye.